Hi, I'm Kila.
And I'm Ashley.
And we met on TikTok when our stories collided.
After we discussed our crazy, people wanted to tell us they're crazy.
So join us as we unpack a whole lot of crazy.
And we named this podcast after the one thing we definitely have in common, raising our mamas.
So welcome to Raising Barbara Jean and Wanda.
Warning, following episode is intended for mature audiences only. It contains graphic descriptions, adult dialogue, and strong language. Listener discretion is advised.
We talk about dramatic shit.
Hey, my name is Brian Nell. I'm a mortgage loan officer with Primis Mortgage. I want to tell you that I absolutely love being a member of the Spread the Positive Network. It's such a great mission and helps bring so much positivity to our community. It's truly be a pleasure and a part of what they do. There are a lot of ways to navigate financing a home, and in markets like this, having the advice of a trusted local professional is key to making sure you get the right advice for your specific circumstances. Whether you're interested in the purchase of a new home, second home, or have a need for a refinance, I'd love to earn your trust. If I can help you nail your mortgage, call me at 615-243-3976 or visit nailyourmortgage.com.
Primis Mortgage is a subsidiary of Primis Bank, a member FDIC, equal housing opportunity. As always, all loans are subject to approval. Primis Mortgage, NMLS number 1894879.
Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Howdy.
Kila just now realized where I'm from, which that's not where I live now, and who is native to my town, which is...
You're from Centerville.
And Minnie Pearl.
Minnie Pearl. Mm-hmm. She didn't think anybody would know who Minnie Pearl was.
Well, I said, I mean, y'all might, but this new generation will be like, who? Anyways.
Bless their heart.
I know it. So this week we're going to ask the question, am I a Karen? And we're also going to talk about spooky
Welcome
stuff.
back to the... She is so upset over... She thinks she's a Karen.
I can't wait to hear the story.
Yeah,
I'm
so
here for it.
There's multiple stories.
Oh, boy.
So buckle in.
From the same person?
Me.
I know, but...
No.
Multiple people have said this?
No. They haven't said it. I'm asking y'all, do y'all think I am?
No.
Y'all don't know. Y'all haven't even... y'all don't know how many times I've asked to speak to the manager. I haven't told y'all
All
yet.
right, so she's going to have to start from the beginning with this
Yes.
story. Miss Karen over here is going to have to... My sister-in-law's name's Karen.
Oh.
So I always feel bad to call people a Karen.
I know. But I heard the new generation is going to be called the Jessica.
Really?
Well, I just saw that on TikTok.
I got
It's just
two
one
of
girl said
those
that.
in my family
Well, my
as
sister's
well.
name's Jessica, so...
Oh.
Yeah. So this is why I want to know if I'm a Karen. Every time we have something done to our house, like a worker comes paint, anything, we always have to complain, and like they come back, and I'm like...
But that's like construction stuff, so you have to be a Karen with that shit because they're going to do the bare minimum.
Is it just, do they just not do their job or take pride in it, or are we Karen?
It's not their company, so they're just working for whoever. They're just there to
But
get
some of them are their company. Like for instance, one time we had a guy come to service our dishwasher because it wasn't working right, and my husband's like, "No, we'll pay $160 for a service call rather than go buy a new dishwasher." So the guy comes, he gets the dishwasher out, he leaves. When he leaves, he took a chunk out of my countertop. No offense to anybody that's got chunks out of their countertops, but we didn't previously have any chunks to cover countertop, and he charged us like $160, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I can't fix it. You got to get a new one." So after he left, I called my husband. I was like, "There's a whole chunk missing out of the countertop," and it was like just the regular old countertop. So it was
like
like
the top of the counter.
Yeah, it was the lip.
Okay,
and it was like just a big brown piece there now, and I'm like, So what are we supposed to do about that? So my husband gets home and he calls him. He's like, "Hey, dude, did you break my countertop?" He goes, "Yeah, I couldn't get the dishwasher back in." I'm like, "The fuck? We don't just break shit and just like not say nothing." Hagen's like, "Well, now we have to replace our countertops because, we don't know where the piece is at to glue it back. And there's a big brown piece now on a white countertop." So that was one time. We ended up having...
But that's not being a Karen.
No, but just wait. Okay. Just wait. Because it's really my husband is the Karen, but sometimes I push him to do it. But he literally had to call the guy and was like, "I will go to the Better Business Bureau if you don't..." So the guy ended up bringing our $160 back. First he was going to give us $100, and he was like, "No, we have to replace our countertops now because my husband's not going to let
that would bother me.
Yeah,
big chunk of the countertop missing." So the guy brought the $160.
Right.
Okay. So when we first moved in, I told y'all
Did you get your countertop fixed?
Yeah, during COVID I did. I got new countertops.
Okay.
So when we first moved in, we were part of the Healer Club. mute that out or whatever. The AC club that I told you that we were part of, where they come service your air conditioner.
Yes.
Okay. Well, one day I'm laying in the bed and I look up and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's water spots all over my ceiling, and I have a 2-story house, and so. Call Hagen. I'm like, babe, there's water spots all over our ceiling. And he's like, what the crap? Well, the day before, the AC club people were there servicing our AC unit. So he calls and he's like, hey, there's water. He goes, oh, yeah, there's a crack in your tray underneath your, thanks to the condensation, just leaks out. So you didn't think you should tell us that?
Or it wasn't like that before?
No. So I guess him shifting it around, like checking it or changing filters or whatever you do when you service a AC unit, I guess spilt the water out, and it just, because it was in the attic, just poured into my ceiling. And I'm like, so you didn't think to tell us that we had a crack? Like, I didn't even know there was a tray up there. I mean, hell, I didn't even know there was a unit up there. But like, you didn't think to tell us there was a crack in our...
Well, that's not being a Karen either. That's
well,
just
plain,
people are
just keeps going.
assholes.
Oh, for 2.
But we're not like, okay, cool. We're like, get the fuck back here and fix our shit. So
Right.
they come back, they're pissed off. They're like, yeah, you got a crack in your tray. And I'm like, sir, we didn't know we had a crack in the tray. So how the hell would... So anyways, they go to fix the...
But it wasn't leaking before you.
Right.
Did you crack my tray?
So he goes up there to replace the tray, and he breaks my ladder going up to my... Well, he's madder than hell now.
He used your ladder?
Well, the ladder...
the thing that get in the ad.
Yes. So now he has to replace my ladder. So they're real mad. So they replace the tray, and then they leave, and then my husband calls back, and he's like, what the fuck about the spots on my ceiling? Like, now I've got brown spots. And they're like... Well, we don't know. And he's like, well, you need to come back and paint them, like paint my ceiling. So they come back with white paint and just painted the spots. Okay, my house is from 1999, so the ceilings have not been painted. So now we just have white spots. And I'm like, do we call again? Do we call again and say, hello? I mean, now we got just white spots all over the ceiling. I think we let that one go. And then, so then we had this guy come by about these windows, getting our windows replaced, okay? I'm not going to tell you the name of the company, but it's a very reputable company, okay? Mm-hmm. Like, this is fancy. So I'm driving home, like, before we're going to meet with this guy, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, yeah, I'm trying to think of a number in my head. Like, we're not going to go over this amount of number because, you know, to replace windows, because I don't know how much windows are, but I'm like, I would think like 11,000 would replace our house, you know? So I go back. Yeah, obviously I'm delirious because we get back and he quotes us 48,000. 48,000 to replace our windows. Okay, I mean, so we're like, oh well, hell, we ain't doing that. Hell, that was half of what we paid for the house.
Did you laugh at him?
We did, but we did need new windows, and like we had some that were like broke or whatever that needed it. So Hagen's like, okay, well, how many can we get? Like, well, we need this, and that. So we got like 6 windows replaced or something. It ended up being like $11,000. Okay, for like 5 or 6 windows. That's insane, right? But this is supposed to be like lifetime warranty. You know, it's great. They're the best company out there.
Right.
So they come and they do it. Well, in the middle of it, the supervisor guy drops my window, cuts his finger off. Like literally it's hanging by a tendon. There's blood. Like, I'm telling you, this shit only happens to me. Like, only. So they have to rush him to the emergency room, whatever. When they get done, we're like...
Blood everywhere.
Yeah.
Stained my carpet.
Well, we're like, they don't look that great. Like, I didn't feel like it was... They looked that great. And I was like, I was expecting like marble or something. I don't even know what the hell I was expecting, but I was expecting like awesome ass shit for what we paid for it. So anyways, we had them come back out.
Are they self-cleaning?
Hell no. No, they did clean that up. And he was really nice. I don't know if it's when he left, like his workers were just like, shit, we'll just throw this stuff together. So anyways, we had them come back out and was like, yo, this isn't like a great job. Anyways, so we let it go. Well, then like 9 months later, I walk into the bonus room and the curtains are blowing as if the window's open, but the bitch is shut, okay? The whole they're blowing like straight out because there was a storm. I'm like, what the hell? So we call them and we're like, the hell? Like, they're literally, like, it blew my hair back when the windows were closed. So they tell me, they're like, no, that's insurance. You'll have to call insurance. So we call insurance and we're like, okay, insurance comes and they're like, no, this is faulty installation. They put foam insulation in your thing. Like, he's like, there's a gap all the way around your the trim, right? And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, we didn't think to do, check that. We've never had windows before.
Did he check all of them?
Yes, and so we figured out the 3 in the bonus room, all of them, like you could literally put your fingers around them.
That's wild.
And we just paid. Also, from the outside, I said from the get-go, they don't look great to me. I feel like the they're not square. Like there's a little gap. Like they should have caulked it. You know what I mean? Made it look a little bit more. And then we have one window that's like round or
You
like.
can't caulk air.
Well, I've just said put like in between the things. Like it wasn't flush. So the one window was custom, you know, because it's got a round top or whatever. But there was like the round top and then the sides. But there's like a gap and you can see it. I'm like, I just don't feel like that. It doesn't look like it's finished, but you know, whatever. Maybe I don't know. But then, so we're gonna call him back out there. Oh, he's madder than hell. Like the guy's madder than hell. So I have a DCS appointment that day, the same day that he's coming. And I said, well, my appointment's at 1, so you can come at 1:30. Well, he shows up at like 1:04. Of course, I still have DCS there, but I'm like, hey, in my meeting, he's like, well, I can just go on up. Like he's rude, and I'm like, okay, because I'm trying. Like it's awkward for me because I always have to deal with them because I'm the one at home. But Hagen's the one that's like already cussed them out, and you know, wrote them up to the Better Business Bureau, and then you know, called the governor and shit. Like, but I'm the one who has to like face them, so it's like really awkward for me. I mean, I'm good with confrontation, but like I always feel sorry for people, you know. And I'm like, you know, he wasn't the one that did it, whatever. So he goes up and he comes back down. He like interrupts, like right when we're like, I'm talking to the DCS people, and he's like, hey, and I said, excuse me, sir, I told you to come at 1:30, so I'm gonna deal with my business right now, and I'll deal with you at 1:30. Oh, okay. I know you ain't gonna come in my house and then just literally come down the stairs and like interrupt everything. Of course, the DCS was like, we'll go, it's no big deal. And I'm like, no, we're gonna finish what we were talking about because he was not supposed to be here for 30 more minutes. So anyways, they leave. He's like irritated. You can tell like that we're being Karens, you know, and picking out all this stuff. And I said, sir, we paid $11,000 for these windows. The windows that came with it were probably the ones that, you know, the builder grade that they get at Lowe's, and they didn't have gaps behind them. Also, the spray foam that you used is supposedly not what you're supposed to use. You were supposed to use like caulking. He's like, oh my gosh, we did not use spray foam. And I'm like, I know, you know, I don't know. I'm like, so I show him a picture of what the insurance guy shows me. I'm like, that really looks like spray foam to me. And he's like, I don't even think we did that. And I'm like, okay, well, who
else?
Right. I'm like, well, who else? I mean, me and my husband don't do spray foam, so it was like a whole ordeal. And so I thought, all right, you son of a bitch, we're gonna be hateful. I said, well, as a matter of fact, I wasn't gonna say anything about this, but the outside really looks shoddy to me, and it doesn't look like it's really complete. And he was like, well, what are you talking about? I said, do you see? He couldn't see anything I was pointing at. So I took a picture of it, blowed the shit up. I was like, you see this little gap right here? I feel like that doesn't look complete. And I feel like with the money that we paid, it should look complete. I said, these down here are from like Lowe's. None of them have gaps in them. And that's kind of funny to me. And he was like, oh, yeah, I don't, like he tried to put it off on something else. And I was like, oh my God. So anyways, he fixed it. I don't know what the hell he done. I couldn't tell a damn bit of difference. Whatever. I was done with him. They finally come back and fixed our windows. So we had to complain. We had to go to the manager of the manager. It was like freaking ridiculous. And we're like, all we want is what we paid for. We don't want anything extra, just what we paid for. So there's that. Okay. Finally got that done. I still don't even know if I still feel like you can put your fingers behind it. But we got tired of calling and saying the same damn thing. And they were like, all right, got you done. And I'm like,
man, put them on blast.
I know.
What's the name of this company?
What is it? Renewal by Anderson.
Anderson, do your job.
Like it was like
Ann Hiller, man.
Right. So
you don't renew with Anderson.
I know. And our neighbor comes over and he goes, hey, where'd y'all get y'all's windows? They're so pretty. And I was like, they might be pretty from your house, but if you get up on a damn ladder. So anyways, that was like a damn nightmare because it was like we paid $11,000 for like 5 windows, and this has been a freaking nightmare. But anyways, so move on. I mean, they don't have the right size window is what it sounds like. And it sounds like it didn't fit in there good. So they just like, well, we're just going to spray some foam. And it's like,
because I mean, it's going to make your electric bill go up.
Right. Which now they have it fixed, supposedly. They fixed it. So I guess, and our electric bill is better. And that was the whole selling point.
Don't you have to know,
so far.
You've got to know a builder.
I do, but they're in Centerville and they don't come to my area.
I would call any random builder there and be like, can you come out and just look at something for me?
They don't, a lot of those people don't want to mess with like the small jobs. That's what we find a lot of times. Like contractors don't want to come and deal with a $700 job. So that's where we like that. I know tons of builders in Hickman, but they don't come to my area. They go like west. So I get that. So I asked them, I'm like, am I being a Karen? Like I called like 26 times.
0 for 3.
So then we have the people that come around. They're like, hey, you need a new roof. We'll get your insurance paid for it. We're like, okay, cool. So these people show up. They do the roof.
Oh, dear.
They leave tons of nails in the yard.
Oh, dear.
They throw nails and shingles. It cuts the my pool cover because it was like winter, rips it so that now they have to replace my pool cover, which they're like irritated by. And I'm like, I mean, you ripped our pool cover. Like now we have to pull. You know what a bitch it is to put a pool cover on. So they have to do that. And then we're like, what about all the nails? Like y'all, you know, they have those little magnet things, which they didn't get done till like 9 o'clock at night, which who the fuck's doing a roof at 9 o'clock at night? I mean, I even went out there at like 6 and was like, hey, y'all can go and like come back. And they're like, no, we're good. I'm like, how the hell can you see anything? So anyways, get done. Shingles, paper all in the yard. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, y'all don't clean up after yourself? So Hagen calls the boss and he's like, dude, like, we're going to get a flat tire from all the nails and all this. So they come out reluctantly, clean that up. Like, we're just being irrational. And I'm, oh my gosh. So that was another time.
0 for 4.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. So now we're getting...
it sounds like you're just dealing with a bunch of idiots that don't know how to do their job.
Yes. Literally, the only...
Hire some construction people. Listen, call my son, Cole Brawley. He that's what he does.
Well, the only ones I can speak highly of is when we had a deck built. They built our deck, and then when we got back,
Did you get a big deck?
We did. We're big deck people, but when we got back, the guy goes, "Here's $600." The lumber wasn't as much as I thought it was.
My camera always fucked up?
Oh, but other than that, whatever. So now we're, you know, our house got flooded,
Yes.
so now we're redoing everything. Blah blah blah. It's like the dumbest shit. So like, they had to replace my ceiling, so we decided to go with like a flat ceiling and not like the popcorn ceiling, you know. Well, they replaced the floor and then did my ceiling, which they had plastic down in like the living room. But when you sand all that, it's just going everywhere, you know? And I'm like, oh, my dining room, my kitchen's just like full of freaking whatever. Didn't say anything. I go into the kitchen because I'm like, well, apparently my ass picked out like really similar colors to what I already had. So I go into the kitchen and I'm like, oh, have y'all not painted in here? And he's like, oh, yeah, we've painted. I turn around, there's a mark that's literally 6 inches long of running paint on the wall. And I said, oh gosh. Well, naturally I just wipe it because I'm like, oh, that's going to dry like that. And you know, that's going to take freaking forever. And like they went up into my son's room and where the movers forgot to take a shelf off the wall, they painted around the shelf. It's this big. Like clearly that's not part of the house. Like they didn't take any of the light plates things off. None of the cover, like painted around it.
No, you call them and make them come back and do it.
We did. And then the guy was like, my husband's like, I don't think he likes me anymore. I'm like, who cares? Oh my God, all we're asking for is like normal shit.
I mean, if you're a painter, then you should know how to paint.
Yes. Then I go into my dining room. So
They're hiring them
yes.
day workers.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what it sounds like. I go into my dining room and I'm like, so it has a chair rail in it, you know, and it's like the bottom is one color at the top. And he's like, I was like, did y'all paint the chair rail? He goes, no, it wasn't in the budget. Bitch, it's the same color as the bottom. Y'all could have just painted it. So no, we didn't do that. And then
But why?
it wasn't in the budget, apparently. Only walls, not trim, was in the budget. Baseboards were included, but not trim around windows and stuff. Yeah. Now what the actual hell is that? And like we go to the
Did you call them?
Oh yeah, they're still there. They were there when I left. Like they're still working as we speak. Like we go to
Did you tell them you wanted to speak with the manager? Or
yes,
whoever?
he comes every day, and he almost acts like we're being like ridiculous. And I'm like for instance, like the shoe molding that goes around your cabinets, you know?
Yeah.
Well, it was painted the color of the cabinet. Well, when they replaced it, they didn't. It's white, and my cabinets are like blue, and I'm like. So they and there's like 6 inch gap. There's not even like shoe molding there. So yesterday they came. I gave him a list of everything that needed to be done.
Girl, you need to get you some sticky notes and go around and.
Well, we pretty much have. So yesterday he has like this long list, and I take him around. I'm like, yeah, this. Well, they get done yesterday at like 5:30, and they leave, and I'm like, they're gonna be back tomorrow. No, they were done. Still hadn't where they painted the ceiling and just hit the wall, the other wall. Like there's white paint, and we were. Just left that. There's a big gap in my hardwood floors. So today the guy come and I said, we're really not trying to be Karens, but like, are you effing kidding me? He was like, oh yeah,
But I mean, I'm not trying to micromanage your work crew either.
Exactly. And that's the thing. Now Hagen's texting me like, can you stay home tomorrow because they need to come back and finish the stuff. And I'm like, y'all were supposed to be done last Friday, but y'all didn't work for like a week. So there you go. That's why you're like over on
No,
time.
you're not being a Karen.
But I feel like everything that gets done at our house, or like one time I went to I got a Toyota, and then I had like the free oil changes for like 75,000 miles, right? So I take it to my local Toyota dealer, and I'm like, yeah, give me the free oil change and tire rotation or whatever it is. So I'm sitting back there, and the guy comes back there, and he's like, I just wanted to show you, like, this is what needs to be done, like, blah, blah, blah. And he's like breaking it down. I'm like, oh, okay. When I get done, anyways, it wasn't the free. Anyways, I was expecting to pay like $50 or something for something. Maybe it was the tire rotation or something. When I get to the thing, I said, I have a 10% off coupon, for my tire. He was like, okay, that'll be $360. And I was like, what the fuck?
Dude, that's dealership.
Yeah. And I was like, what? And I was like, what did we do? Oh, well, we cleaned your gas filter, like the gas tank thing, which my friend said all they do is take a rag in there and just like wipe it out. And they're like, all this stuff. And I was like, sir, I did not know. And he was like, well, I showed you that. I said, I thought you were showing me like what came with my car. I didn't know I was paying $400. This car has like 30,000 miles on it. I didn't need all that shit done. So we ended up calling back up there and like going the hell off. And because he was like, I said, I would have never agreed to $300. My car's brand
Did he
new.
show you $300?
No, he was like 76, and then he was like, I thought he was adding it up, but he was itemizing it. Was what he was doing. But I thought like he was like, oh, well, if you do this one, it's 76, or why? I don't know what the hell it was. Anyways, I totally got screwed.
Like, I'm here for the free.
Right?
That's what they pre.
Yes.
Was it new?
What?
The car you got?
Yeah, brand new.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah, and that's what my husband said. He's like, it only
It's
had like
2 years of free maintenance.
Right, and it was we had like 20,000 miles on the car, like literally.
No.
We were about to go to Virginia, which is why I went to get the oil change and stuff. And yeah, here they done sold me $400 worth of shit. But don't worry, he gave me the 10% off, even though I didn't have my coupon. And I was like,
You paid it?
yeah.
Oh, no.
I mean, I literally said when he said 300, I said, holy shit, what did I get? And there's like people standing there, and I'm like.
Dude,
he's like,
no,
well, you got the fuel.
That's
filled?
a small town taking advantage.
Well, I can assure you they sent it back to me because we called. We're like, the car is 20,000. I did not know that's what you were doing. I thought you were saying
you
like
literally get 2 years free maintenance with any new Toyota.
Right.
I sold Toyotas for years.
Right. So anyways, we ended up getting our
crazy.
money back with that. But I'm like, damn.
Anything.
Toyotas by Trent.
Seriously.
And I love Toyotas.
Me too.
That's all we have is Toyotas.
Drink that Kool-Aid.
But
that's crazy.
Yes.
That guy was just trying to pull a fast one.
Oh yeah, and
he just
did.
said, "Bend over, Ashley, and
And
get
when
the
I
oil
tell
out."
you he was done in like 12 minutes or 6 minutes.
He changed the oil.
Yeah. And then he wiped out but he cleaned my gas tank thing, and I was like,
Yo,
huh?
that's wild.
Yeah. I
That's
left there.
some small town.
I called my husband. I was
fuckery,
like, they just charged me $3. He was like, what the hell? And I'm like, I don't know what I just paid for.
No, that's not you being a Karen.
Okay, well.
You're 0 for 5.
Well, we do that. I feel like there's another one, but I'm just going to let it go for that. But,
Karens
oh my God.
are
No.
like calling on a cookout or.
Calling on a cookout.
like, because you're being too loud.
And it's
Oh,
usually black people involved.
Well, we did. We have called the law a
you
few times.
are going to
but
edit that out, right?
No, I mean that's a great.
Yeah.
Karens usually have like a racial tone to it. I feel.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen that movie, The Karen? There's a show
No.
called Karen, and it's got that. Oh my gosh, what is her name? The girl who Taryn from Orange Is the New Black. Taryn,
the one that didn't drink the juice.
Yeah, it's got her in it, and she played the Karen, and she played a really good part in that.
Well, I mean, I am one to like stand up and say something.
No,
If
none of the stuff you brought
No.
up is.
I mean, even at like McDonald's or anything like that, like I'm gonna get what I pay for, or I'm gonna say something. Like I'm not gonna like interrupt anybody or be rude.
Karens
but
are different.
but I'm like, holy shit! Can we just get like
Karens interrupt other people.
yeah?
Karens like.
No,
are
I
like,
mind my own business, but you don't fuck with me or mine.
Yeah,
No,
that's not being a Karen. Those are like, no.
But then today the project manager comes back and he's like,
Hey, look, I just Googled what is a Karen.
oh.
It is usually the name of a mother with 3 kids
Oh.
who has a short hairstyle and would like to speak to the manager.
Well, I have 4, so I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, that's definitely not
I'm
you.
good. Yes.
That's actually hilarious. I got 4, so.
Right. I passed it. Good. That stereotype does not
Or
fit me.
it is a slang term typically used to refer to a middle-class white American woman who is perceived as entitled or excessively demanding.
No, I'm definitely not that. I just want what we pay for. That's it.
Everything you brought up is not caring.
Okay.
And you got to have a bob, obviously.
Right. Well, I mean, I'm not far from that, but yeah.
No, you're not.
No,
you're not
gosh.
a Karen.
But I'm like, what the hell? And I was telling this at this shop the other day, and everybody was like, damn. I'm like, everybody that comes to my house to like do anything, any kind of work, we have to call back and go, hey, you didn't paint one wall. And they're like, what the fuck? Oh my gosh. I'm like, just do your job. That's all we want is for you to do your job. So anyways.
Everybody. I mean, I feel like everybody has to do that.
Well, and my husband's a little bit excessive too. Like yesterday he called like, the project manager. He's like, this. I was like,
I would too.
I said, but they're not done yet. Calm down. I said, until he does his final walkthrough, give him time to fix the things that you told him. Because yesterday, he pointed out all the things and I said yes. And he was like, well, I was like, calm down. He hasn't, when we do the final walkthrough and there's shit still missing, then you can say something, but you need to calm down. And he said, does your husband manage stuff? I said, yeah, he's a bank manager and he micromanages the shit out of this house. Literally. He's like, oh, I can tell. I was like, oh yeah, he might literally. We
wonder what the male name is for a Karen.
Is it a Chad?
Kevin.
Oh, Kevin. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it is a Kevin.
But I've got homies that are Kevins and they're not
Yeah.
that at all. But who knows?
Yeah, I think it is a Kevin. My husband can be a Kevin. But then sometimes I'm like, speak up. And he's like, no, it's not a big deal.
Is that right, Kila?
Ken and Kevin.
Oh.
Yeah. Let's get into spooky season.
Yes. I didn't even know Kila was on this. I'm excited. When Kila calls me on the way up here from now on, I decline her call because she and I talk like really cool and we have all these great things. And then we've already talked about it when I get here.
Yeah.
So I'm like, nope, not talking to her. I'm not. I deleted her.
Quit ignoring me.
Well, text me if you need something, but I know what we're going to do. We're going to basically do the episode on the way up here.
I was going to tell you.
Okay, tell me.
To look up spooky stuff in your hometown.
Oh, I already know some spooky stuff.
Besides
your own house.
That's not in my town.
Oh.
And Kila, for the love of Jesus, you ask me that every time. It's near my hometown. I mean, near my town.
Where's it at?
Summertown. I'm in Columbia. Summertown is Lawrence County.
Well, damn, y'all got all Summertown, Centerville.
Which is not the same.
Columbia's.
Yes, that's not us. They do border each other, but it's not us. What did you find? Wait, first of all, have y'all ever had an experience?
No.
I know Trent has. He just don't want to tell it.
I mean, I've had like sleep paralysis stuff.
That I've had that too. Mine wasn't necessarily scary. I just could not move.
It was. Yeah,
it was just
like insane dreams. That
me
are
too.
Like super weird.
Have you ever had anything like almost like a premonition? Where something's happened. Let me tell you, I'm telling y'all, God knows better than to give me a gift like that. The only premonition, oh my gosh, I can't even believe I'm going to tell y'all this. The only premonition that I've had, this house that I pass every day on my way to work, I said, those shutters should be green. Like, were they not green? And Hagen's like, the hell are you talking about? I'm like, the shutters on that house. And then these people bought it and they painted it green. And I'm like,
boy.
What the hell? And I was like, that is so weird. And then, what was it? Or something. That's like the only thing that I like predicted. Like, literally, that's what God's going to give me, really. It was like, I knew this house was going to be.
What about some lotto tickets?
Yeah. Or the crazy ass shit that, like, don't hire this dude because he's not going to do a good job at your house. No. But I'm going to know that they're going to paint this house green. No, they painted the house green. It was normally like tan. Like, everybody's house is tan. And for some reason, I was like, wasn't that house green? And Hagen was like, hell if I know. I mean, I'm like, it was green, wasn't it? And he was like, I have no idea. And then they literally, like 2 weeks later, they painted it green. I'm like, that was weird. Yeah. I feel like I've had more, but like that's the only one that stands out right now.
That wasn't a good one, actually.
I know. It's not going to be good. I'm telling you, I'm not going to get like a good gift like that.
Okay, so what are you doing with the kids?
What?
What are you doing with the kids for Halloween?
Trick-or-treating.
But you have trunk or treat Friday.
Mm-hmm. And we also have a ghost tour in my hometown Friday. And so I'm I should have Googled, would it make me a bad mom if I put the trunk or treat on Hagen and I went to the ghost tour? Because I love that. The trunk or treat's at his Krav Maga thing. It's not like it's my thing.
Yeah,
That's
that's
true.
fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is fair.
I really want to do that.
Do y'all carve pumpkins?
We do, not every year, but yes, in the past we have. Yeah.
I think we're going to do a big pumpkin carving this weekend.
That's cool.
And try to do it with Christie's with the kids.
Yeah,
to
that'd be
give them
cool.
a little tradition. And
Yeah.
because I know this is probably
We need to start that.
when they're, So if Christy did, I had to call Brill Sunday and be like, hey,
Yeah.
we've got it's Halloween. They like
Right.
it. You've got to make sure you do pumpkins. And
Yep. I think we did it last year, but we didn't do it the first year we had the babies, or vice versa, one of the two. But maybe we didn't do it last year, but we did the first year. But yeah, we do the pumpkins, and
Oh, I can't wait to start doing that stuff with Willow.
I know.
And I've been dying to go to Boo in the Zoo. I don't guess I'm going to make it again
know.
this year.
I'm
I have
really
a baby and I
poor.
can't even make it.
I'm poor because this is why I can't go. I wanted to buy my furniture like on a 12-month same as cash. You know what I mean? Like, so I would have like a payment.
You didn't go to Rent-A-Center?
Oh hell no! Like.
That's not 0%.
No, that's like 9,000% interest.
I mean, we gotta
like
take it
Ashley
back.
furniture, like
Yeah.
rooms to go.
Take it back.
That shit's used anyways. They don't repo it from somebody. No, like Ashley or rooms to go, they do like a 5-year
Yeah.
same as cash. That's what I was gonna do, but I couldn't find anything I wanted. So I found at this really, really swanky place, they had a tent sale, and I bought a couch for $1,500, and then I bought a table. So I ended up having to pay cash for it because they don't do a financing. So now I'm poor and I don't have money.
Well, it's fine.
Yeah.
Willow May's not really big enough to go to Boo in the Zoo.
I know, but
just
my
wanted to
babies
go.
are, and they would have loved it.
No. Okay,
But I really dropped the
so
ball.
I was telling Trent, I have been watching these scary ring videos, like things you find on your ring. Like it's like people wake up in the middle of the night and this is what they see on the ring video, and I'm like, what the hell? Like crazy people coming up and like ringing. There was a lady that come up and had a knife in her hand, like crazy looking lady, and she just kept pushing the doorbell, like trying to get them to answer. And they're like, I don't know this lady, and she was an older lady and just standing there with a knife.
Okay, sorry, but y'all know I have a story. Okay, it's a Friday night. It's like warm outside. I have my window, like Aniston's window. She's in the passenger seat, down. We get to the red light. We only go through one red light to get home. We go to the red light. We're sitting there talking. Next thing I know, somebody knocks on the window, and she has a trach thing, like the voice box. Oh, no. When I tell you, I freaking scream. Have you seen the video where the mom and the daughter sit there and the guy with the red hair standing there and they turn around and they both like scream? Because he kind of looks like a clown, but he's like, oh, sorry. I mean, when I tell you I screamed, I never saw her. She's like, knock, knock, knock. And then the window's down like this and she's like, hey, get in here. And I'm like, when I tell you, I was like, ah! And then before Aniston, her window's down, so I don't roll the window up on the woman because it's late. And I'm like, what the hell? So I cracked the window and I'm like, can we help you? And she's like, I just need some food. And I'm like, oh, I don't have any food. And she's like, I was like, I can give you money and you can go to Shell. She's like, no, I can't go there. I've been kicked out. And I'm like, okay. I give her a $20 bill because I'm like, just get off. Like she freaked me out. So I give her the $20 bill and she's like, well, I can't go over there and I don't have no way to get food. I said, I'll send my husband back. So I go home. It's like 11 o'clock at night. I'm like, get your ass up. There's a lady with a voice box.
Oh my God.
He's like, what? I'm like, go. You got to take her to Kroger and get her something to eat. And he's like, who? And I'm like, I don't know.
Crazy.
Literally. He's like, are you freaking kidding me? I'm like, yes. I mean, at least you have your gun permit. So he's like, I mean, he's madder than hell. Gets in the car, he spins out.
That's wild that he did it.
Oh, he did. Because I said, I gave her $20. She's like, don't be fucking giving people money. I was like, I mean, first of all, she's scared. I would have gave her my purse. She scared the shit out of me. I'm like, first of all, I've never even seen nobody in real life. And then you're going to knock on my window at a damn red light? Like, it's not in like the city part of the town. So anyways, he went back and couldn't find her. But yeah, that just reminded me of the time that we saw the lady with the voice box. I was
Man,
like,
shouts to Hagen for going.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
he did.
I wouldn't have gone.
I wouldn't have gone either, honestly.
Oh, he went.
Yeah,
I'm
they
a
see
sucker
all
for
kinds
that
of shit on these
Well,
ring
I told
videos.
Haggis to just poke her in her hole if she does it. Because he was like, what if she's a serial killer? I'm like, I'm pretty sure you could just like choke her out. Like, I mean.
Yeah, don't you do that on the regular?
Yeah, right. He loves that.
Kila, that was
I mean, I'm just saying.
Story.
I've picked
What
up
do they
people
see
before
on
though.
the Ring cameras?
They see all kinds of shit. Like they have scary clowns that walk up with their head tilted, you know, like trying to scare people.
I don't
People
like
come
it.
up and say things and they're
I don't like
Yeah,
that.
that's not.
yeah. But so I got to Googling what we had around here in Murfreesboro. What was scary? Because I don't think we have anything scary. Trent said he thought we did, but
Oh, the
There's
whole
a
South
thing-
has got scary.
There's a thing called Haunted Murfreesboro. This lady gives tours of it.
I love it. I love that.
Yeah.
I did that in Savannah, Georgia, and I wasn't impressed. We went on a
No,
haunted tour.
was it
and I
like funny?
no,
Was she trying to be funny?
kind of, but the places
Yeah.
she took us to, and I'm like, this
Yeah.
shit ain't haunted.
Yeah.
So like, I always think that stuff is
We've had her on podcast. It sounds pretty legit. I don't know.
maybe it's because we did a haunted bar crawl.
Oh,
Well,
y'all
that
probably
one,
lit.
the Savannah one, I'm like, they do it every hour. So, I mean, the
Yeah.
ghosts are probably like, fuck, here comes
Then they-
another crew.
Then they took us to like the, you know, you can't get in the cemetery, and of
Oh,
course
yeah.
it was open. So let's just sneak in here for a minute.
Yeah.
I'm like, it says on here don't close to midnight.
Right,
They
right.
don't even close the damn
They
gate.
act like y'all got VIP or y'all about to get arrested
Yeah.
for, yeah. Now, where I live, James K. Polk lived. That's where his house is there. So all in that district is all like historic. So there's a lot of history from where I'm from, so or where I live now. So I've been on those tours and listened to a lot of that shit.
I've never done any of the tours here in Murfreesboro.
I don't think I have either.
I love that stuff.
But we have the Stones River Battlefield, and it says that that's
Yeah, that's
really
usually
haunted. Yeah.
My thing is, you know, I'm obsessed with ghosts, and I pretty much only watch true crime and ghost shows. But my thing is, why are all the ghosts old, like from the 1800s? Why are there like not new ghosts, or why do we not see ghosts from the 90s, or you know? And why does all of the women wear white gowns or dresses?
That's
do you-
the ghost garb, bro. I mean,
Well,
have you ever seen?
My thing is like when you get to heaven, I think that's kind of what you know you're gonna get. Like it's pure, white's pure, whatever. So maybe that's why. But like I've seen a ghost in white one time, twice I've seen, possibly twice. But me and my mom saw the one, and then and it was in white, and I'm like, why is it always white?
Yeah,
It's never colored.
The ghost is always. I mean, like the
Yeah.
cartoon and everything.
Yep,
Casper,
yep.
everything.
And they're always from the 1800s. You never hear them say, "Yeah, he had on baggy jeans with a chain from
he
his
got the He got the Jinko
Jinkos, right?
He was sagging.
He had some Vans on. Like, why? However, I told y'all about the story about my daughter saying that she saw the boy hanging from her closet.
Oh, that's
Yes.
creepy.
And she said that he was wearing 90s clothes, which was the first time I've ever heard anybody say anything about somebody from the 90s. Yeah. So I want to know that. Like, what is that? Is it? I wonder if it's because they're so old, so their residual energy is like more powerful than like somebody from the 90s. You know, because they've been doing the same shit for 200 years or whatever, or what that is.
Maybe that actually makes a little sense.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like after so many years,
You're like, I got this shit down.
yeah, that imprint's going to be stronger. You know what I mean? Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe.
But that I always wonder about that too. Because like I guess like mediums, they see, you know, people from now, but
You think they see them or just feel them?
or whatever. Yeah.
Like on these Ring cameras, like there's some that are going like just dark, like figures or
I
that you
watched
can
this
see.
one show. I watched this one show, and it was like supposedly like the most haunted jail ever. I forgot where it was.
Is it Brushy Mountain? Oh no, sorry.
No, but it was.
My
like,
dad was in that. That biological
husband
dad
was.
was in there.
Mike's husband was in there.
It was like, dude, it was crazy. It was like all these. It was like orbs, you know, like these like little lights.
What is the screaming noise I hear?
I don't know. You can't hear it on the thing.
Okay, good.
But
Do you?
it
Oh,
was
I hear
like-
that too. I thought I was just crazy.
No,
Is it an alarm? You think?
probably.
From where?
It's probably our fucking car. Somebody's breaking into it right now. We're just no, just
That
kidding.
might be towing your car, Kila.
It
Yeah.
just quit.
No,
or no, it
nope.
didn't.
But it was literally like hundreds. And this like parent or some kind of camera like caught it, and it was like all of them went through this hallway. It was super creepy.
Have I played for y'all when we went to Waverly Hills, the sanatorium in Kentucky and ghost hunted? The EVP that we call it, the one and only. So I've said before, like me and my sister do not take anything serious, and when we're ghost hunting, we're even more dumb as hell and laughing. And our friend, he's got like a back.
Oh, I got something for that.
Oh.
Go ahead.
No, tell it.
No, that's like good. So if you like, don't, or if you acknowledge that, if you acknowledge the spirits, that's when they like attach to you.
Yeah.
Or like,
oh no, I'm praying the whole time. They like literally get mad at me like they didn't see shit, and I'm like, I prayed the whole time. They're like, damn it, that's what we do. I'm like, why aren't you bring nothing home meal?
No, they're like the number one that Jumpers Jump podcast, and they're talking about all kinds of these paranormal and ghosts and all the stuff. They're like, the number one thing, yo, when you bag it, if you acknowledge them. That's when they attach to you, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like,
well, you know, my sister swears that she brought something back from Waverly Hills.
Really?
And we didn't feel anything there other than, and I swear this sounds so dramatic. We were in the morgue part, and of course it's dark. There's no lights in there.
Oh,
and
hell no.
There's like there's probably like 6 of us in there, and we all have our flashlights or whatever. And that one of the claims is if you get into the bottom like drawer thing and go in there, blah, 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 whatever.
Y'all are wild.
I know. So I've been down to like look in there, and I'm like trying
to looked at it?
Yeah, I was gonna crawl in there. When I tell you somebody got a handful of my ass, I mean a handful. I popped up, and there was a guy standing behind me, and I was like, don't fucking touch me. And he was like, excuse me? He's probably like 16. And I'm like, don't fucking touch me. And Stefan's like, he didn't touch you. And I'm like, yes, he did. He grabbed, like, literally pinched the shit out of my ass, like, got a handful. And Stefan's like, Ashley, he never moved. And then I felt really horrible, like a Karen. Like, I didn't accuse this kid, and I was like, okay, well, maybe I got, like, a cramp or something. I didn't know. We got so anyways, I kind of like bloated off, got out in the hallway, and I looked at my sister, and I'm like, somebody fucking grabbed my ass. Like, I really thought that kid, because it was 2 boys, they were kind of laughing too, and I thought, whatever, one of them probably dared the other one to do it, whatever. But they swear to God that nobody touched me, but that was the only time. Then they have like a death shoot.
And you went on, like, the one thing they're like, you should not do this.
Yeah, I didn't get in it. I was just bent all the way down, like trying to see, see if there's anything in there that could, like, you know, make people feel like they'd be.
So you were just face down and ass up,
literally.
That spirit grabbed that ass.
Well, yeah, we went to the death shoot. Literally, I mean, I don't, because you know, of course, every hospital has like a doctor slept with a nurse. She got pregnant. She hung herself. You know, I swear we've heard that 9,000 times every time we go somewhere. It's always the same shit.
Casual.
Yeah, you know. But that was the tuberculosis hospital, and they had a death shoot because like they were. Like people were dying, you know, 10s and 20s a day. So they would put them in this hallway.
Hell no.
They didn't want so they had this.
And you're like, let's go look down the death chute.
Well, yeah, we went down the death chute.
You went down it?
Yeah. Yeah, we walked down it. And it's crazy. Like, it's crazy because so the back of the hospital is like level 1. You're not on your deathbed yet. Then when you move to this side of the hallway, you're level 2. And then when you move to the outside where have you seen the pictures where they used to put the people on those sun porches? They would line up the beds because that was literally the last, like, we don't know what else to do. So this was like, you knew once you crossed the hallway, you're not going home. And the women and nurses that worked there, when they went and signed on, they knew they were never coming back home. Like, because they obviously would be. So that was crazy to me that women signed up for that, knowing that that's where they live now. And that's what their life is going to be, is taking care of these tuberculosis patients. But anyways, once you crossed the hallway, it was almost like hospice. And then when you went into like the sun, they knew that like the end of the days were there. So the whole building has just these big sun porches, like big, like what do you call it at a hotel? Like a condo? What do you call that? Is it patio? You know, when you go outside on the balcony. What the hell? I could not think of that. So anyways, every one of them had that. And then like the 4th floor was supposed to be like the psych ward and tuberculosis. And that floor was a little like, but whatever. Anyways, we didn't feel anything. We laughed our asses off the whole way through. You know, we went to the death chute. Oh, what I was telling you about the death chute. The hearse would pull up, but they didn't want the people to see how many bodies were going out. So they created this tunnel that they called the death chute. They would just like literally roll the gurney down this hall, and then the undertaker would be down there and put it in the car. And then that way the patients couldn't see that it was like on the hour that people were like dying. But that was like really creepy too. And like, then they found out that, you know, it was airborne or it wasn't airborne. I can't remember, whatever. Ended up being, I mean, it's a big deal, but once they realized that it wasn't airborne or it was, I don't know what the hell ever. But that hospital was really cool, and I do have an EVP of that one. And I'm going to look for it while you keep talking about creepy shit. And it wasn't me. I didn't get it, so people can't say, like, This was Chris. This is the one that I call him. And he's like the real MVP Ghostbuster. He's got like a backpack and shit. Me and my sister's ghost hunting equipment's this. I have a voice recorder, a flashlight. I have a ghost radar. He's got like EVPs, EMF detectors. He's the one that captured it. But anyways, it was pretty cool. I'm going to look for that EVP.
What is an
EVP is
like, what is he filming with?
It was just a voice recorder.
No.
EVP is a electronic voice phenomenon, right? Yeah, means that you caught a voice or something. And he didn't catch this because that's the thing with going ghost hunting. Like if you spend 6 hours in there, you have to listen to 6 hours worth of audio. And that sounds like torture to me.
Oh,
but he'll do it.
I love that.
Huh?
That's like your.
No. No. That's torture to me. I would. But he will, because he works from home. Hold on.
What else did you find, Kila?
We just have a neighborhood that's supposed to be really scary. The battlefield, of course, they say that they called it the slaughter pen. And there was 23,500 people were dead over here, right behind us.
Say that again. How many?
They called it 23,500 people were dead. And they called it the slaughter pen.
After the battle?
After the battle. And it was drenched in so much blood that the earth glittered red in the snow.
Jesus.
They say visitors and rangers have told tales of the sound of gunfire screams and pain from dying and men dressed in Union and Confederate uniforms who are there one minute and gone the next. People have caught these ghostly apparitions on film. But the most haunting sound is music, because they would bring music in to get the men hyped up, I guess. So they would play Yankee Doodle Dandy. But there was they still hear a song called Home Sweet Home.
Interesting.
That's more of the residual stuff.
And then Riverbend neighborhood here in Murfreesboro, and they say people that live there will talk about a bunch of unexplained events.
Is that where the battlefield was, or this something different?
It's close to the battlefield. Riverbend.
Do you think just navigated?
I think it's across the street, actually.
Where is Riverbend neighborhood?
Is it not like on Thompson Lane, off of Haynes Drive, back in there?
That sounds right.
Look it up and see.
Oh yeah, I have a Google right.
Because it says there was cannons, like a cannon line along the river down there. That's the only place I know where there's a river. And then downtown Murfreesboro, the courthouse was a hospital and a prison during the war. People that work there after hours have told stories of odd noises, visitors, and one man was even pushed down the stairs by nobody. And then they say the hangman's tree is right outside the front door.
Wow.
I have another one with the courthouse.
Oh, yes. Please tell us this one.
There was a guy, I got it right here. There was a guy in 1923, a young man in his early 20s came to Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and proclaimed that he is the human fly.
The human
PCP
fly
might have been involved.
That's probably
Acid,
before that
right.
time.
Well, it was probably mushrooms that he got out of the woods.
He ate something off a cow patty.
Yeah.
He went to the officials at the Rutherford County Courthouse and asked if he could have permission to climb to the top of the building. He told them that he would not do any damage because he would only use his bare hands and feet with no ropes or ladders. This is when it gets good. After careful deliberation,
they were like, yeah, we haven't took our lunch yet. Let's get dinner and a show.
After careful deliberation, the officials granted him permission. The young man spent the next few days visiting with the merchants on the square, securing sponsorships for the big climb.
They're betting.
Securing sponsorship. We can't even get a damn sponsorship.
Yeah, they're like, Western Auto's got $100 on him.
To this day, we have no idea who the human fly really was. Okay. This is an 85-year-old mystery.
Wait, now he climbed up to the
haven't
top
told
of
us
the
what he
building.
did.
No, I'm getting there.
He's not a good storyteller.
I'm reading.
How did he get sponsors?
They were like, Western Auto's got $100 on it. The Pioneer wagon wheel.
Big B Cleaners. That's on the square.
They were probably there back in the day. So long story short, permission was granted, and
So they told this man he could go to the roof.
And jump off. He didn't tell him at this time.
Now, is this where Whiskey Dick's is now?
it's right across the street.
So it's the one in the middle.
No, he said the courthouse, wasn't it?
Yeah, and the courthouse where Whiskey Dick's is.
Hang on, I'm getting there. To the obvious amazement of the crowd, he stood astride the weather vane on top of the 200 feet from the ground. He descended to the ledge just under the courthouse clock where he stopped for a rest. Parties on the roof called. Oh my God. Parties on the roof called to him there to come on down.
They were like, do a flip.
Yeah, listen to this. He descended to the ledge just under the courthouse clock where he stopped for a rest. Parties on the roof called to him to come down because the crowd was satisfied. Instead, he started back to the top. Oh, dear. After going a short distance, he seemed to loosen his grip, fell backwards, and died.
Oh, that's it. The whole story. And he's dead. And next, on Tuesday, the weather was.
I wonder what they did with that sponsorship money.
I bet the people on the ground were like, do a flip.
Yeah, that was straight.
And so they didn't identify him?
They still don't know his name to this day.
Somebody's damn son went missing.
In the decades,
What the hell?
Dove off the
hang
dam.
on. In the decades that followed, the human fly's name was lost, perhaps because he had a stage name and a real name. I haven't seen a real name yet.
So he was like Evil Knievel.
Yeah.
Well, he
Oh,
wanted to be
wait.
Evil Knievel.
Right.
His stage name was Ray Royce, 26 of St. Louis. His real name was James A. Deering. That was a
James A. what? Deering?
Deering. That was the name on his
Deering?
That was the name on his death certificate. But yeah, the human fly, that's a real thing.
So he probably still haunts the courthouse. We should have walked up there with our recorders.
Human
fly. I'll bring a fly swatter next week.
I was just thinking.
How do you spell his last name?
James A. Dearing.
That's hilarious. Yeah, y'all bring fly traps and I'll bring a fly swatter. Square.
That's messed up, man.
Well, I mean,
God
hell.
bless the dead, dude.
Well, we didn't make him be the human fly. We're just going up there to see if we can attract him.
How old was he when he died?
26.
And what year?
1923.
I think 1923. Oh, this is from Atlanta, Georgia, April 7th, 1923. It says, human fly falls off courthouse steeple to death. Stunt performer instantly killed in 40-foot drop.
Oh, so maybe he was replicating whatever that was? Was his thing after?
That was Atlanta reporting about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's so crazy.
That is crazy.
Human fly. That's a real thing. Talk about spooky season.
Yeah. Wow. And insane.
Now we know.
Okay, I want to play the EVP, but I don't know if you're going to be able to hear it.
What is this?
What?
What is the EVP?
I've already told you the electronic voice phenomenon that we caught at the Waverly Hills Sanatorium.
Oh.
So what it's going to say, I'm going to go ahead and tell you so you can hear it. Be ready for it. Chris is going to say, it's my first time here. Is there anyone here with me? And then there's a pause, and then you hear, help. Okay?
Oh, my God.
Listen. Now, if it don't work through here, you'll have to, like, hook it up or whatever.
We'll put it right to the mic.
I'm going to. You're like my husband. Oh, drop it like it's hot. I don't think that's it. Oh, wait, hold on.
It's
Going through my headphones. Because I don't have my case with me. How do we stop it? Let's go back. And again.
Hey, where are we eating?
Listen.
My first time here. Is anybody here with? My first time here. Is anybody here with me?
It doesn't go all the way through. Why is it?
Help.
I feel like I'm scared. No, what is it doing? It doesn't go all the way through.
My first time here. Is anybody here with?
Why is it pausing? It's never done that before.
It's a shy ghost.
Hey, he's.
Okay, y'all keep talking and I'm going to figure this out.
Oh.
We've sent this throughout the whole damn town. I didn't send it to somebody called Sally Massage, so I know that.
Sally Massage.
Yeah. Okay, here, let's see. Okay, why is it not playing? That's weird.
Okay, so while Ashley's doing that, my little Willa May just turned 6 months yesterday.
Pew, 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 pew.
Can you believe? She's so cute and sweet. I love her to pieces. I can't get enough of her.
She is so precious.
Look at that picture.
Oh my gosh.
Look, Trent.
Well, put it up to the other camera.
Is this the camera?
Oh,
Can you see it?
no. She is adorable. You can kind of see it.
She's the cutest thing in the whole world. I could eat her up.
Shouts to Willow.
Yes, 6 months. It flew by.
Yeah, I did say that. I was like, man, that was fast.
My first time here. Is anybody here with me?
Did you hear it?
Do it again.
I did. Was it
Help.
My first time here. Is anybody here with me?
Oh, yeah.
That was the only thing that we caught in the whole, 5-hour tour.
probably not the only thing.
Yeah.
You got a big booty grab.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
He said, don't touch me.
It was hot as fuck. It was like August. We were it was the time was like midnight to 4 a.m. or something.
What?
We'd all worked all night or all day and then drove all the way up there and I was like,
Hell.
yes, we were so exhausted. Yeah, we didn't hear. He was by himself when he got that, but lots of scary stuff. So the town that I live in, like I said, it's the James K. Polk lived there, which was one of our presidents, and I've done the tours there, but they're doing one in my hometown, and I know that where our funeral home is, the house next door, which is where the guy that owns the funeral home lives, which is, remember the town prankster? Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, he's the one that helped him move all of our furniture from the front of our shop in the meat wagon, by the way, the one that he transports bodies in. His house is an old Civil War hospital, and my daughter went over there to play with his daughter, I think first, second grade, while I was at work, because I worked on the square right beside where they live. And she came back and she was like, Mom, they have a woman upstairs in their house. And I was like, what? And I didn't really pay attention to her at first. And she was like, yeah. She was like, we were in the playroom and then I saw this woman walk by in this big, huge dress. And I was like, who's that woman? And she was like, oh, we see her all the time. So once I paid attention to what she was saying, I was like, now what? So then I called my sister. I'm like, tell her what you just said. And of course he's like, oh, that ain't, I was like, she didn't know anything about it being haunted. I mean, she was 6 or 7. She was just like, I saw a woman walk by. Yeah.
Kids see shit.
And apparently his daughter was like, oh yeah, we see her all the time. It's normal, but yeah,
That's
so
wild.
yeah.
That is crazy.
So yeah,
Spooky
lots of spooky.
season.
Yes.
All right, we're officially done here.
Yeah. Have a great day, y'all. We'll see y'all next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for staying around for all of our crazy.
Be sure to like, follow, and share with everyone you know.
Even them whores you don't like.
And leave us a 5-star review.
We'll see you next time.
Bye, bitches.